Is there a crisis in American policing? It seems like hardly a day goes by without us becoming aware of some horrible incident where it appears, at least at first glance, that the police had some level of fault. In some cases, their level of fault is shocking and undeniable, while in others, it's not so clear and might even be debatable. So what is going on in America? Are there truly more acts of gross police misconduct today than ever before? Or is this a matter of our perception, fueled by the global, social media, see-it-all-right-now world we live in? One thing is for sure. The police in America have never been more educated and well-trained than they are today. New tools and methods of de-escalation have been introduced and reinforced during countless hours of training sessions, and the police have been taught the value of non-lethal alternatives to their handguns, like pepper spray. So why does it seem like things are not getting better? For an answer, why not take a look at the facts? Each year, over 11 million people are arrested in the United States. On top of that, there are millions, actually tens of millions, of police-citizen encounters every year in the U.S. Taken together, we can say that there are well over 50 million civilian encounters with the nation's 500,000 police officers each and every year. So if there are over 50 million police-civilian interactions every year in the U.S., how many of these encounters actually go bad? Well, let's assume for a moment that just 1% of those interactions resulted in a complaint against the police. That alone would generate 500,000 complaints of police misconduct a year. But the New York City Police Department, the largest police department in the world, receives only about 5,000 complaints a year. In fact, taken together, the 5 largest police departments in the United States, the NYPD, Chicago, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, and Houston, record only about 15,000 complaints a year. So what do these numbers suggest? In short, they strongly support the notion that well over 99% of the time, police officers act responsibly and within the law. But the news is actually better than that. The New York City Police Department has seen a 22% decrease in civilian complaints in the first 6 months of this year compared to last year, and more than a 26% decrease in complaints since 2010. The Los Angeles Police Department has experienced an 18% decrease in civilian complaints since 2010 also. And Houston, the nation's 5th largest police department, has actually recorded its lowest level of civilian complaints since they began keeping the records. These decreases in complaints against the police do not support the ever-growing popular perception that police behavior has worsened over the past few years. That being said, the real crisis in American policing might be deep within ourselves if we allow the actions of a few rogue officers to diminish our respect and support for the vast majority of police who perform admirably every day. The men and women who police our nation deserve our support, but more importantly, they need our support if they are to accomplish the mission we have given them. Bad cops will always exist, and I understand that is little comfort to people who have been wronged by the police. And I think everyone agrees that we should double our efforts to identify bad cops and get rid of them. But I, for one, will not allow a few bad apples to spoil my respect for the whole bunch. Watching the images of the police officers responding to the mass murders in San Bernardino, I could not help but think long and hard about their selfless acts of bravery and the acts of bravery by police all over the United States every day. So to the police of America, I simply say, thank you. For Crime and Justice Media, I'm Robert Cacciatore.